Hey guys, my name is Rob Richards. I've been in the fitness industry for over 10 years now, starting off from exercise classes and personal training to having competed in over 20 fitness model and natural bodybuilding competitions. I've won world titles and been photographed for international magazine covers. And while many things have changed over the years, one thing has remained consistent: my training. And that got me thinking, what's it really good for? So I teamed up with one of the top UK fitness magazines, Muscle & Fitness, for the Ultimate Sportsman Challenge. You see, each month I'll travel around the world meeting with some of the very best fighters, trainers, athletes and sportsmen, and enter into their world to be put through the rigors of their training routine to see if I've got what it takes to be the ultimate sportsman. Today I've come to Throwdown, the premier mixed martial art training facility right here in the heart of Las Vegas, Nevada. I'll be meeting Casey, one of their trainers, who's going to put me through a strength and conditioning circuit before getting in the ring with me to test my newly learned skills. I'm excited, so let's get in there and meet Casey and get things moving. Casey.
Yes.
Rob.
Hey, Rob. Nice to meet you, man.
Thanks for inviting me down.
Yeah, welcome.
This is a great space here.
Thank you, thank
I
you.
love the gym area. So tell me more about MMA and your involvement with being a trainer here.
Well, basically, what we do here is we cover Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, which when you watch the UFC, you see a lot of ground fighting, you see submissions,
That's all
chokes.
grappling and then down on the floor.
Yep,
Okay.
down on the floor. Jiu-Jitsu, it's all covered on the East mat. And then to cover the stand-up portion, we have a versatile style of striking, which is Muay Thai. Muay Thai is like it's like kickboxing, but you can also use your elbows and your knees as striking points.
Okay.
And that's what we're looking for. All right, well, let's take a look. Over here, we got our East mat. This is where we do all the jiu-jitsu training. Right now, we're walking into the gym area.
This all looks familiar to me, all the squat rack and the cable crossovers.
Yep, we have all the conventional workouts here.
Pretty much full gym set up here.
Yep, absolutely. Along with the conventional stuff, we also do more unorthodox stuff. You have the tire flips.
It's like where the strongman training comes in.
Absolutely.
Familiar with that too. I see you got the cages around you. Is this to keep people in or keep them out? Like part of the
it's to keep them from escaping. No. Yep, we partition off everything in the gym with cages. Kind of adds the theme
down there too. You got the ropes. Okay.
Yep.
Like everything. This is like my ultimate favorite. I see you got the cardio too. So how important is cardio and conditioning for fighting?
Cardio is super important. A lot of street fights, you're looking at going maybe a minute. It's much different when you actually get in there. You have typically 3 5-minute rounds. You have to be in great shape.
So, what is the difference between, you mentioned street fighting, where kind of a bar, they can just brawl out into the street, and where it's kind of, I guess, looked upon in a cage and timed? What are the differences between street fighting and cage fighting?
Well, the main difference is, street fighting, it's not planned. And what I always say is, it's easy to get into a street fight. You can, any guy can go out to a bar any night and get into a street fight and say, hey, I got 100 street fights, man, I'm ready to go. But it's not the truth. It takes a lot of discipline. You got to be in the gym every day. You got to learn jiu-jitsu. You got to learn Muay Thai. You got to have what it takes to put all the training in and know.
Discipline that you mentioned.
Yep. And on top of that, you got to know that you have a fight coming up in 6 to 8 weeks. You know you're going to fight that whole time. In a bar fight, you don't know you're going to fight that night. Just have it right there. It's easy. So you got to deal with the anxiety of it. You got to go through all the training. It's hard, and not everybody can do it.
Well, speaking of the bruise on your eye, was that from a bar fight or was that from a
compliments of my good friend and my coach, John Wood.
Okay. Yeah. We'll see what I end up with.
Okay.
All right, let's keep going around here. I see you got the dumbbells too, and pretty much all the traditional gym equipment. So how important and how regular is kind of the weight training for part of your pre-fight conditioning?
I would say anywhere from 15 to 20% is on the scale of how important it is.
I thought it would be more.
Nope. Most of the training you need to be doing live training, sparring, drilling.
One-on-one with a training partner.
Yep, because you're drilling your muscles to do these movements without thinking, just to go. When somebody gets on my leg, I get to peel the elbows back. Yeah, exactly. Okay. So, conditioning is super important, but having the skills when you get in there is more important.
Well, what about strength too? Because that's really where the gym comes in, building up strength and power with kind of overtraining the weights and resistance. Right. But I guess within the ring you've got to be more kind of autonomous with being able to switch things up.
Being athletic is super important. I would say being the strongest guy isn't so much important because you can look at it like you're in weight classes. So you're fighting other guys at your same weight. Now, it's true nowadays guys are getting bigger and bigger per division. They're cutting more weight. But still, I mean, there's a lot of opinions out there. I would say that being in the gym and doing your sparring and drilling is much more important.
Okay, this is my world so far. So
great.
So far, 20% of my world is part of fighting. I've got that covered. And what about the mats over here? This is where you've got more of the grappling going on and the wrestling.
Yep. This mat is totally dedicated to jiu-jitsu. These guys right here, they're just doing a little no-gi grappling. Basically, the main difference is gi and no gi. You have grips that you can use against your opponent. Your opponent can also use the grips against you with a gi on.
So great. So when my sister's got me in that headlock, I'll be able to quickly get out of it.
Sure.
These are life skills, people, that you can learn. And where did this wrestling originate from? You know, this is from kind of the Athens, isn't it? Back in the kind of the Great Olympics.
Jiu-jitsu really originates from Japan. The modern jiu-jitsu that we practice is Brazilian jiu-jitsu.
Okay.
It's based on leverage more so than strength. You know, the people that kind of perfected this sport weren't very impressive, you know, muscularly.
Like the smaller guy can then use his leverage against the bigger guy.
And that's basically the premise of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, is a much smaller skilled opponent can take out a much larger unskilled opponent.
Right. So far, size isn't everything and power isn't everything.
Exactly.
The two things that I probably go for in the gym.
For sure. Yep.
Okay, disadvantage there. All right, let's keep things moving.
Okay. So over here we have the west side, the west mat. This is where we cover all the stand-up over here, every Muay Thai class. And like I said, Muay Thai is your versatile style of striking. You have your elbows and your knees, your punches and your kicks. Everything's covered.
So this is the main combat thing. You start out up at the top with the Muay Thai, and then I guess the goal is to get them down onto the floor into a submission, and then...
If you want, there's different styles of fighters. You know, some guys prefer to stand up, some guys to keep it on the ground. Really, you have to have knowledge of both. The wrestlers typically going to determine where the fight goes, so you have to be able to defend the wrestling even if you want to stand up.
Yeah. Well, what is your preference? Standing up or? So
I like to be on the ground. Yes. Yep.
Okay. Move away quickly.
The ground is safe. The ground is good.
Yeah. Well, I mean, what is the goal of MMA? Obviously, it's to beat your opponent, but is it to get them to tap out? Is it to knock them out? What is the real basis for it?
I mean, really, you can win a fight several ways. You can knock your opponent out.
Okay.
You can, you can submit them. Either they could verbally or physically tap out.
Yep.
You can win a decision based on the judge's points.
Kind of keep going until the end, and then the judges will score you on.
Absolutely.
I guess in a bar fight you don't have those judges, so it's the people around you that is either gunning for you to get down or...
Yep, and you often see it's misconstrued who actually won the fight, and typically the guy with more damage loses the bar fight. But.
Speaking of damage, what about injury? Well, obviously that's going to be a huge factor of getting into the fight, and even just with training alone you sustain some sort of injury. How important is recovery in terms of coming back into the ring bigger and stronger? And
recovery is super important. What my old coach always used to say is, you can train as hard as you want, but you have to recover equally. Okay, because if you're coming in the next day and you haven't slept and you haven't eaten properly, you're going to perform less, and then you get sick. And that's what happens with a lot of guys. And when they're getting ready for fights, is a few 3-4 weeks into the fight or into the fight camp, they're getting sick. So you really have to keep up on your supplements and eating right and recovering right.
You mentioned about supplements and eating. What kind of supplements as a fighter are you looking to bring on board to supplement with your diet?
Basic ingredients that we use: whey protein. Okay, for the muscle recovery. Yep. We also like to use branched chain amino acids. You got your glutamine. Some guys like to use the creatine, but only the finer kind, the refined.
Real core basics there.
Yeah,
everything that you need. And with the recovery as well, if I was doing a competition, normally I'd give like 10 or 12 weeks to prepare for that show, because you've really got to kind of taper the body down.
Sure.
If you had a fight coming up, you mentioned earlier that if you got a fight, you kind of prepare for it. How long is the typical time frame for a fighter to get ready for a fight?
I would say the typical time frame is about 6 to 8 weeks. Now some guys train half a year for one fight. It all depends on what level you're at and how long you can survive in that camp.
That's where
because, like I said, people get sick. Yeah, you know, injuries are common. Most common injury in MMA is a knee. You know, you got a lot of wrestling, so a lot of bad movement on your knee, and that can be it for your career.
How long have you been fighting for?
About 5 years.
And any injuries that you've sustained over those years?
I've been super lucky. Everything is, you know, all cuts and bruises. Yep.
Awesome. Okay, and I see you got the punch bags over here. So I guess when you're not with a trainer and you're not in the gym, you're doing kind of one-on-one work with the bags?
Yep, basically, yeah. I mean, you saw over there, and then these guys over here, you know, they're doing one-on-one training. They're doing, you know, privates with their coaches, maybe getting ready for a fight, maybe just learning new things.
How many times a week would you come down? Again, if you're getting ready for a fight, I mean, I'll be in the gym 5-6 times a week, plus cardio morning and probably nighttime. I mean, that's like 4 hours of training a day. What about for yourself?
Yeah, you're looking at a lot of the same, you know, just different types of training, 6 days a week typically, with that one recovery day. And you're also, you know, maybe doing 1 or 2 sessions a day. Coming in, you're doing your hard workout, you know, maybe your cardio type stuff. Now, whether that be, you know, actual conditioning or sparring, you know, you're doing your high heart rate stuff, and then maybe later on you're coming in and you're drilling, you know, drilling the muscle memory, different moves, maybe learning something new.
So you really are working those 5 main areas of fitness, which are speed, stamina, strength, power, and endurance.
Everything. Yep.
Pretty much all equal.
Yep.
Okay, well, on that note, I think you're going to put me through a routine, I understand. So
yeah, let's do
why don't
it.
we get changed and we'll see how my fitness levels compare against that of a fighter.
Okay.
All right, let's get going. Well, the clothes fit, so this part's done.
All right.
What are we doing then?
You're very fortunate. Our strength and conditioning coach just walked in, Norm Turner. He's gonna take it from here.
So you're not putting me through a routine?
I am not. You're very lucky to work with Norm today. So
all right, let's go meet Norm then.
Okay.
See what kind of routine he's putting me through. Right, so which one's Norm?
This handsome gentleman right here is Norm Turner.
Oh my God, that's me.
You said size wasn't everything in there.
Yep.
This guy's gonna kill me.
He
Norm,
is.
hi. Rob.
It's nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you too. So what are we doing then? Casey said I'm in your capable hands. You're gonna put me through a kind of strength and conditioning routine that I guess most fighters go through. So what does that consist of?
What you're going to do today is we're going to work on strength and endurance.
I like the strength part. Okay.
Most people do.
Endurance.
Endurance,
work
not
on
so
that.
much. But what's going to happen in your circuit, your heart rate's going to go up, and it's
Okay.
going to continue to go up. And your strength is going to go up. It's going to continue to go up,
Everything's going up.
just like in a fight.
Okay. Right, now I'm slightly concerned. What are we doing first? Bit of cardio, some weights up and down.
First, you're going to warm up.
Okay, yeah, it's pretty
your
cold
neck.
out there, so what do you want me to do for warm up?
What I want you to do is just for this basic warm-up stuff.
Okay.
So I want you to stretch out your legs, hip flexors, hamstrings. I'll have you do some walkouts so you stretch out your upper body.
Yep.
So you want to start now? Stretch out that joint. 10%. Grave digger time.
Great stretch.
Very good. Sure.
You're so nice. And like it said.
Okay, start here.
Yep, start there. 10 repetitions, nice and slow. What I want you to do is go down to the bottom and pause, and then explode up. Okay, plyometric push-ups. Hands right in the middle of the ball.
Yep.
Hands out, your hands have your feet out in a V pattern.
Yep.
15 repetitions.
Pushing up, exploding.
Come off the ball.
Okay. Feet as well.
Feet as well.
Okay.
Awesome. So you get a good rack. And 10 repetitions. I want you to pause down at the bottom, and I want you to be explosive coming up. And I want you to split the box. I want you to hop on top. Okay? 15 repetitions, but this time as fast as you can move.
Ready?
Let's go, work it. Go. Good. Okay, go flip that tire. 10 repetitions.
Now, how heavy is this?
It's about anywhere from, it's probably about 300 to 325. Okay. I weigh 310.
Okay.
And I want you to hop in the tire and out the tire now. Okay. Then over and then back. Same way. Yeah, use that. Oh, not bad. 2 more flips. Did 40 last time, let's go up to 50. Let's go, while your heart rate's up. Yep. This is pure strength. When your heart rate's up, it's hard to breathe. Your VO2 max is going up. Yeah, this is what it feels like.
Yeah. That heart rate, it's a stopper.
True strength. When your heart rate's up in the octagon and you're into about your 3rd and 4th minute.
Round 1.
This is round 1. This is what it's going to feel like. Now you need to be able to explode, because just think of a guy that's on top of you and you're starting to lose the fight. What do you do? Get that 15. You move until the 15's done. You feel that lactic acid threshold just going through your entire body, right? This is what you don't want to do. This is why we train like this, so your lactic acid tolerance goes higher.
Can't even talk right now.
10 repetitions, start working. Have to have leg strength when you're breathing heavy. Be explosive. Good control. Explosive. Gotta keep moving. On the butt. 15, let's go. While you're breathing, really heavy. Heart rate's up. Yeah, we gotta move. Speed. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. Still flip the tire.
I'm good.
Go. Flat back, head up. Start moving. Just like you simulate to take someone down.
I was like over there, I was like, come on, let's go, let's go. I was like, fake puncher. I was like, wow, I can do this shit. I was like,
Up in, out. Up, again. Hop in, hop out. Go, keep moving. Flat back, head up, keep moving. That's it. Go. Hop in, hop out. Again. Okay. Strong. That's it, and explosive. Then hop out. 2 more. Hop in, hop out. Do some pull-ups. Let's go. All those hydrogen ions are getting rushed all throughout your body right now. High oxygen uptake is causing a lot of lactic acid to shoot throughout your entire body. This is what you need to work on if you want to fight. Let's go. 10 repetitions. Again, pause at the bottom and explode up. That's it. Alright, get on those flyers. 15 in a row. Let's go. Last set, your best. 15. Keep moving. You can make it. You got it. Just do it. Just push up. 15. Let's go. Let's go. That's it. We got 6. Get back under there.
That dude's in time for like
Let's go. Finish where you started.
Come on, man. You do this.
Get under there. Final. Speed. Let's go.
I thought I saw something that said like,
Let's go. 15. Speed. Let's go flip the tire. Now stand up, start walking. Stand up, start walking towards the tire. Lower your heart rate, concentrate on your breathing now. You want to try to breathe in your nose and out your mouth. Why are you still standing there?
I think I tried.
Let's do it. That's it. That's it. That's it. Let's go. Keep moving. Keep moving. Get out. Get out. Again. Let's go. Let's go. Now,
You do 3 rounds or 5?
Stay sharp. Go flat back. Head up. Butt down. Get out. Let's go. Butt down. Get out. One more. You did. 2 more. Let's go. Let's do it.
one. You know?
Do pull-ups. While your heart rate is up, just like in a fight, you still have to fight. Slow. How you feel? Speechless. Speechless. That's usually how I make people speechless. See?
I pushed myself in the gym. I've gone heavy. I've done circuits. But combining the power, strength, and conditioning where your heart rate's up, that's my downfall. That's where I take time out from going on to that next set. Keep working, keep pushing. And right now, I'm really feeling it. But my heart rate's coming down now that Norm, the giant, is not putting me through another round. And that was only 3. Norm, fighters normally do 4.
Fighters normally do 3 circuits for 4 sets. So what he did, 3, multiply that by 4 more times. So there's 3 circuits total.
We just had to let him know.
Right.
Alright, so Norm, I came here with a mission, and that was to be rated on the 5 areas of fitness, which we determined as speed, strength, stamina,
Slow.
power, and endurance. Out of 10, start off with speed. What do you rate me on?
Speed, I'll rate you about a 6.
6, above something.
Strength, you're probably about an 8.
Okay. What about, we looked at speed, strength, what about stamina?
Stamina, probably around
3.
3.
Okay, so stamina I need to bring up. What about power? How would you rate me on power?
Explosive power, you look like you're about a 9. 9 to a 10.
Strength, power. And then finally, endurance. That ability to
Endurance and cardio. As far as the circuit that we did, you're probably about a 4.
Okay, so endurance and stamina are my downfalls in this area. With you being the expert, how would you suggest to me to improve my stamina and my endurance?
A lot more cardio, a lot more plyometrics, and a lot more repetitions. So you can maintain your strength, but you need it to maintain that strength in this type of environment. You also need to do the repetitions, and you also need to do the plyometrics.
Go harder for longer.
Exactly. So you're looking at repetitions anywhere from 15 to 30 repetitions.
And going as heavy as I can.
And going as heavy as you can.
No, thank you, man.
You're welcome.
I'm gonna do a catch up with Casey and get in the octagon and go through some fighting moves. So
Absolutely.
I'll leave you to it, and you follow me over to the cage.
All right, champ, you ready for the next round? Let's get some gloves on, do some technique work.
All right, let's go.
Come on. Spread your fingers apart. Keep them spread apart the whole time.
Okay, so we're putting wraps on to protect the knuckles.
Yep. Your hands made up of like 50 different bones, something like that. And
You want to keep them that way.
Yeah, it's your hands. They're really not meant to hit things, so you gotta wrap them up, protect yourself.
Ladies first.
slow. And go ahead and throw it. Yep, yep. Good. Back to the combination. Yep, you can do that.
And to the right and then back.
Yep, but this time, look, if we're gonna run our regular combination, and then to break it up and go sprawl. So our normal combination that we were doing before, 1, 2, underneath, grab, yep, exactly, separate, sprawl. Whoosh, nice. Same combination. 1, 2, roll, 2, 3, which is a hook, 2. Got that? 2.
It's coordination. Bang, bang.
Nice and slow. 1, 2, underneath. All right, good job, brother.
So Casey, I was with Norm earlier and I asked him to rate me on 5 areas of fitness, and these were speed, stamina, strength, power and endurance. All out of 10. I'd like you to do the same of how you think I did in the octagon, starting with speed.
Your speed is good, man. You're an athlete, you know. I give you a 7 or an 8 on the speed scale.
That's about what Norm said, so I'm happy with that. What about strength?
Strength is good. It's another good area for you. You know, I think you could knock somebody's block off for sure.
Okay, I like the sound of that. And strength, speed. What about stamina?
Stamina's okay. It's one of those things, you know. You got to be doing this stuff for a while to get your muscles used to it. So unfortunately, I'm gonna have to give you about a 4 on that.
I think that's still better than what Norm gave me, the 3. Okay, 2 left. Power.
Your power's good. Just like your strength's kind of up the same alley there. Give you about a 7 on that.
That's good.
Yeah.
Finally, endurance.
Your endurance is terrible, man. It's one of those things. Just got to be doing more mitts. I'm gonna have to give you a 3 on that.
That's pretty much same story as what Norm said. So basically, when it comes to fighting, my stamina, endurance need to be improved.
To last those, 15 minutes bare minimum, yeah, you gotta have it up there. So.
Okay, well before I let you go, I got to ask. After everything that we've done, both in strength and conditioning with Norm and with yourself here in the octagon, with all of the points added up, would you give me a pass or a fail as to having what it takes to become an MMA fighter?
I'm gonna have to give you a pass.
All right. So, mission, I guess, succeeded. For the start of this, I guess I need a lot more training when it comes to endurance and stamina, but this really has shook me and shown me how it's taken me out my world of the fitness and the gym, and just got to improve those 2 main areas. And finally, where can people find out about Throwdown and more about the sport of MMA?
You can go on throwdowntrainingcenter.com. We have all the information on there. To learn more about MMA, get in your local gym, do it right, take the classes, pay your dues, and become a fighter if you wish to be so.
Very cool. But thanks again, Casey.
Right.
I'm going to go get changed back into my normal streetwear and get some fluids in me. This thing really makes you sweat.
All right.
And I'll see you guys back outside. Well, there we have it. It's a pass for the very first Muscle and Fitness Sports Challenge. But it wasn't an easy home run. As you heard from Casey, I've got a few areas that I need to work on, mainly my stamina and my endurance. But that's okay, I've got time to get that in the bag. For now, I'm gonna get home and rest and recover. Join me next time for my next adventure here on Muscle and Fitness Sports Challenge. See you then, take care.